One
Any
more.
further, Speaker Kennedy?
So, this is obviously a perennial bill that has been introduced year after year after year after year.
Right.
I am very concerned about the 10-cent.
I knew you would, that's why I said I'd
And
lower
I
it.
say that because everyone thinks that just because Massachusetts is considering maybe going to 10 cents, that it's gonna happen. First of all, Massachusetts doesn't take back plastic bottles.
It
For
says
water
on the
bottles.
bottles, they do. Read the one you're drinking
No,
from right
actually,
now.
it does not say Massachusetts
Oh,
on
it
it.
doesn't say Massachusetts?
Connecticut takes back plastic bottles. Massachusetts does not take back plastic bottles. Number one. Number two, just because Massachusetts is considering going to 10 cents, Connecticut is 5 cents.
Mm-hmm.
The last thing I want to do is to put our retailers at a disadvantage. And because we do have retailers in the southwest corner of the state, which would force people now to go to Connecticut to buy bottled water, even though we don't want them. We'd much rather see
Speaker Pro
them.
Tem, you're taking the words right out of my mouth that I said to a few of the advocates earlier today, that yes, I would go, I don't want people in Pawtucket or people down in Westerly going over the line to buy their goods because it's cheaper in the short run or long run or however you want to call it. You have to put up more money in the beginning, but I think once you get in the habit, and 5 cents is fine with me. So, I would be happy to make sure we're exactly the same, so there's no problem with going over the line. Because I realize that's a problem in your district. It could be a problem in Pawtucket or any of the northern, Cumberland, Lincoln. So I see exactly what you're saying, and if there's one thing I would change in this, it would be to put it down to 5 cents. So just so you know.
And I'm assuming that you'd be looking to do, as they do in Connecticut, have machines in various retailers.
Right.
However, what's happened is, if you're a CVS in Connecticut, you don't have a machine. If you're a Walgreens, you're selling all these containers, you don't have a machine. And so how do people take those bottles back? I don't know. So Connecticut then has to set up like local, regional centers, so you can take all the bottles back that you bought from these other facilities because they don't have the ability to have a machine at their place to take those bottles back.
Yeah, that does seem like a problem. So would they get back their deposit?
Well, they're supposed to, but you have to make the extra, you have to waste more gas and put more carbon into the climate in order to get rid of your bottles and cans in order to recycle them.
Well, this is why I wanted Kevin to come up with me, so he could answer all these questions for all of you. Okay. But I think it's an idea that needs a lot of work, but it might be something that we need to consider in the future to reduce our plastic pollution, our glass, because really, if you go down to the landfill and ask the recycling guys down there how we're doing, a lot of it isn't getting recycled. As much as we think we're doing the right thing, throwing everything in the recycle bucket, a lot of the stuff that we are throwing in there, we're mistaken. It's not recyclable. So we either need a better recycling system, maybe go back to separate cans, or we need to take this seriously, because otherwise we're getting an awful lot of plastic pollution, and we have to protect the planet in the future. As you've heard on every bill that comes into this committee, I mean, we're all committed to that here. So I thank you for your time. Anybody got any more questions? Vice Chair, of course.
Actually, I will give you a little bit of a scenario. A lot of this soda and that's purchased in Rhode Island, and the reason why our recycling is not as high in the border communities as it should be is because we buy it in Rhode Island with no bottle return or bottle fee, and a lot of people are bringing it over to Massachusetts and Connecticut and getting the money back, so they're inflating their recycling numbers, and we're not, because they're getting the money.
That's a good point that you made, because I did talk to a few restaurants on the border, like in Pawtucket and wherever, and they said that people are going through their trash bins and collecting all the recyclables and taking them into Massachusetts. So that's a very good point. So I mean, we're so small, if they can do it, we've got to be able to do it. I mean, I certainly don't want to put any more burdens on businesses, but we have to consider some solution to this. And this could be a fairly simple one, and then we could recycle in Connecticut, Massachusetts, Rhode Island, we could bring this stuff back wherever. So, anyway, thank you for listening, and
We could put those in our double stitch bags.
yes, we can. And that's coming. Thank you very much.